Hey Pookies, before I begin the video, I would like to let you guys know that I did update my sprites. Since it's the new year, I wanted to give myself a fresh look, so I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Now let's get on to the video. My name is Queen Mithri, but you can call me Mickey. Happy New Year's. I hope 2025 is treating everyone well. Today, I will be starting a new sketchbook. This is the Ohuhu Marker Sketchpad. I bought it on Amazon for about $16. I got the sketchbook, a little pamphlet, and a plastic protector that's actually really useful. This is my first fancy sketchbook. I usually spend about $10 at most on sketchbooks from Walmart, and they aren't as fancy as this book. So I'm excited to see if this book is worth the money I spent. Now grab your sketchbooks, pencils, and snacks, and let's start sketching. So I came up with an idea. What if I combine a few unfinished pieces to create a final piece? I decided I'm going to choose a few unfinished pieces from my digital art folder, since I don't really have any unfinished traditional work. I think it would be a fun little challenge to do, so let's get on with the 3 pieces that I will be putting together. The reason I didn't complete the first piece was because I was too lazy to come up with a good color palette. I think at the time I created this, my knowledge for coloring digital was slim, so it was going to be an overwhelming experience to color, especially the water portion of this piece. Now, for the second piece, I am pretty sure it was a sketch idea for an ashtray I was going to make out of clay. A few months ago, I had a phase where I wanted to create things with clay. I even bought a 5-pound bucket of air-dried clay. I never used it though. Honestly, the design would have been a little difficult to do with the clay, so that's why this didn't go past the sketching stage. The third piece was some digital art practice. I usually trace out sketches from traditional pieces since I have a hard time sketching digitally, but I wanted to get out of that habit, so I was practicing by drawing a random girl completely digitally. The reason I stopped on this piece was that I didn't like how the coloring was going. One thing I noticed about myself is that I don't have a problem with lining on digitally, but when it comes to sketching and coloring, my brain wants to completely abandon ship. That's honestly why I have so many unfinished digital pieces. I even have this problem with traditional pieces sometimes. Now, my idea for this piece was that I was going to have a girl inside of a mushroom with mushrooms hanging over her that's growing from inside of the mushroom that she's in. The lady was also supposed to be a siren, but I completely dropped the ball on that one and forgot. It's alright though, because I still end up liking how this piece came out. One thing I like about these types of videos is that you guys can actually see how I'm drawing and doing everything. This is my full thought process. I didn't pre-plan this art piece or nothing. I just thought of the idea, pulled out the camera, and started recording. This next clip will give you guys a little idea on how I draw my ladies. Don't let this startup fool you, because the only thing I had planned for this lady was her pose. Other than that, I didn't even really know what I wanted her to look like. She was supposed to look like the third piece, but I kind of strayed away from that. Before I got into the character design portion, I was having fun drawing her. I don't know, when it comes to drawing bodies, if it works out for me, I'm having a good time. But then there's times where I completely want to throw the entire piece away because it's not going my way. Now we're at the part of the piece where the gears in my head started to turn. I had no idea what I was going to have her wear, and honestly, I forgot that she was going to wear the third piece's outfit. I was going to have her look forward, but then I ended up changing my mind and having her face us, because I don't know, I just think it was better, especially with everything going on in the piece. Once I started drawing the face, my brain kind of went into overload. I didn't really know what I wanted this girl to look like, so I kind of just drew what came to mind, and honestly, it's not it. I ended up restarting because there ain't no way I was gonna go forward with this. I honestly should have made this easier on myself and just redrew on the girl from the third piece. The first thing I didn't like was the hair, so I immediately erased that and started working on that. And after I finished it, I finally had inspiration to do her face. So yeah, I redeemed myself, and you guys don't have to roast me about the other piece. At first, I thought that I completely failed this piece and that this video is going to be a flop, but I'm glad that I restarted, because part of me didn't want to restart, but I made myself do it because I wanted this to be a good first piece in my new sketchbook. And I'm glad I restarted because I really like the outcome. It looks exactly how I envisioned it. I ended up not liking the shirt that she had on, so I tried to fix it, and ultimately I still didn't like the outfit choice, and I don't really even record the part where I fix her shirt. So yeah, I ended up finally copying the third piece. So yeah, I really like how this came out though. I wasn't home at the time of making this video, so I didn't have all my markers. So this is my selection for this piece. Hey Mickey, what made you come up with this idea? So I have been seeing a bunch of TikToks where people are putting together their adult Lego sets. And while they're building them, they're noticing that Lego has been reusing pieces from other sets and repurposing them for new sets. They have used bananas and frogs for flower petals, whips for the middle of flowers, forks to hold pieces together, and even pterodactyl wings for leaves. I don't own any of the pricier sets, so I didn't know that Lego recycled pieces. I honestly think it's really cool and creative. There aren't many toy companies out there that recycle their parts, so the fact that Lego does it honestly makes the sets worth their price, in some cases. So I wanted to use the same concept but with art. I have a few pieces that have good concepts and ideas, but I just didn't fully execute them to their potential. So why not repurpose them just like how Lego does with their Lego pieces? I wonder what made Lego start doing this. I did a little research and I found a couple things. One, the reason Lego has you putting a bunch of frogs in their bonsai tree set is because the tree frogs symbolize good fortune and luck in Japan. So the designers for the Lego set wanted to pay homage to the tradition and add a playful element. The bananas that are also used in a lot of sets, I guess, are used because of their design alone. They can be interpreted into many things like petals, leaves, and even just a prop that's hidden inside a ship. From what I looked into, it looks like the botanical garden set uses most of these recycled pieces, and it just makes sense. The only reason I knew that Lego was doing this was because of TikTok. Everybody has been posting about it, and I think it's funny, like the frogs used as leaves. I hope that Lego is doing this to recycle and not just doing it just to do it, because that's really a good look on their company. I did end up buying a set for this video, so keep watching so you can see me put it together. To be real honest here, I was kind of nervous on how well I'd execute this piece considering I had a very limited marker supply, but I really love how this came out. I went from completely hating the sketch to absolutely loving the coloring. My favorite part is definitely the water. I thought I was going to fail, but nope, I did well. All right, this is the setup. It's just on the ground. Kind of bad idea, but it was enough space to put this tree together. I've got the bonsai tree. I was going to get a different one, but I was like, nah, let me do this one because I can change it to be pink. You can already see the little pink frogs. Now let's bust open this thing. This is what we got in the box. One thing I like about Lego is the fact that they organize everything. Like, it makes the process so much easier. I also like how this book has like a bunch of fun facts about Legos and the bonsai tree and the creators. So let me just tell you that this Lego set was not easy to build. First off, the pamphlet was like, I guess it was just too dark in my opinion. Like for the brown Legos, I really had to squint and look at it to see what Lego they wanted me to get. Another thing was the placement of the Legos on the pamphlet. Like, it was kind of hard to see where they placed them. Like, this one is all right, but when it got to like the tree trunk, that was probably the hardest part. No, 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 no. The freaking leaves are kind of hard. This piece definitely reminded me that Lego is definitely tedious to put together, and I almost forgot all about the trauma I went through when I was a kid with these sets. But regardless of the hiccups, it was still fun to put together and seeing the aftermath. Like, I felt like a kid, but man, there's just some moments I wanted to quit low key. Like the freaking very last clip that you'll see, I literally gave up on the foots of the stand because I just couldn't understand from the pamphlet how to put it together. Maybe I'm just slow, but I think they just need to do better like outlinings for the Legos itself. Like, as you can see right there on the screen, like you can't even see all that brown. It looks like globs. I know there's people out there who's done bigger and more tedious Lego sets, and I just want to say I don't know how you guys do that. You guys are truly built different. Here's a look at our first little fribbit. It's a little brown frog. Bro, when I looked at the pamphlet, I was like, what is that shape? And for a second, I had to look at every other piece besides that. And then I caught on, I was like, okay, it is this set. It is a frog. They really want me to put a frog on this branch. Yeah, I don't know why they have you doing that, but I think it's cute, you know? But he is kind of trapped in there for the rest of time now. He has become one with the trees. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I have these branches put on right, and you'll kind of see that at the end of this clip whenever I put the leaves on here. But I was not fixing it. Now, this was the easiest and funnest part, even though I kind of screwed up on it still, because are we surprised here? No. But I just thought it was cute that there's literally a step where you just pour the rocks into the thing. Like, for a second, I thought they were going to have us, like, snap two Lego pieces together. But when I seen in the book that you actually just pour them in there, like how I'm failing right now, it was just easy and fun. And I think I've heard people, like, crap on this. And I'm just like, bro, you're saving yourself a job because you're already having to do extra with the other freaking parts of this set. I learned my lesson on this second pour, so yeah, that one was better. Now, I knew that this step was going to be the most tedious, but I was not expecting it to be that tedious. But hey, before I gripe, let me talk about the main point of this video. Look at all the pink fribbits. I have not held this many frogs before. They're all so cute. I was kind of sad putting them on this tree because, like, I just want to put them somewhere else. They don't need to be on a tree. I feel like I could, like, do something with them. And then the little flowers also, they were really cute. I love how the frogs have meaning for this piece, and it really shows because I was not even expecting that brown frog to make appearance. So, yeah, Lego ate with reusing their Legos, and I hope they continue to do it with other sets and not just their botanical set. I definitely think it's a great way to recycle their pieces. But yeah, back to the suffering part of this. I did not know if I was putting these leaves together, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I put the whole canopy together right. So please don't yell at me in the comments saying I did something wrong, because I know I did something wrong. But I spent way over an hour putting this together and had to go through the TikTok ban while doing this. My mental state was not there. So when I finished this piece and it wasn't looking like the picture, I truly just didn't care. And I was like, you know what? It's beautiful to me. So don't hate. So at first, I was literally following by the pamphlet on how many frogs and flowers to add to the canopy. But after suffering for a bit, I decided to just freaking count the frogs and flowers, and I just sped run it. I didn't end up recording it because that's how long it was going to take. And I did not need all that footage filling up my phone. Y'all want to know something funny and stupid? Tell me why I thought this pamphlet was going to show us how to put each of the canopies together. I was so stupid when I realized I had to go back and do all that again. That's why I ended up really not recording it, because I just went back and did two of them at the same time. But hey, I'm kind of proud of it. It looks cute. And to be real, it honestly didn't take too long doing the other two off camera. I did that shit pretty fast, and it was pretty much fun. Now, you're going to see me put this thing together, and it's going to be a freaking struggle because, I was going through it. Because, I put it on, and then I just noticed how, I don't know, just one side was, wonkier than the other. And then I was looking at the picture, and it wasn't looking like the picture. So I really think I just put the branches on wrong, and then I probably didn't do the flowers and stuff right. But, this is my first, complex set from Lego. So, cut me some slack. Voila, I have completed this beauty, and although she's a little quirky, I like how she came out. Now, this base was pretty much easy to put together, except the only thing was that it kept falling apart on me, so I really had to use both my hands to put it together. Also, remember in the beginning of this when I told you that the foots of the base gave me the most trouble? This is the one that I'm talking about. I'm just gonna assume that I'm too slow and I need to go back to Lego school, because I ended up having to have Morgan help me and figure out where the foots went, because I almost gave up and was like, you know what, this thing doesn't need feet. Let me just say, though, besides all the gripes I had with this, I still had so much fun putting this together. It brought back my childhood, and honestly, I would love to do this again. Maybe I'll have Morgan do one with me since she helped me. She is such a beauty, and it's gonna be a cute little addition for my desk. OMG, this was so much fun. Besides the frogs, the rocks are definitely my favorite part of this. My final thoughts for this video is that I had fun building the Lego set, and I like that Lego incorporated those frogs instead of making us do leaves. I felt like that would have made the set more boring if it was just leaves. So I will give them that, and I hope they continue doing their thing. On another note, I really love how this piece came out and how I was able to incorporate 3 pieces into one. Although I didn't use the exact character from the third piece on the 3 that I was using, but I do love how I incorporated everything else, and I still included the outfit, so I still passed. If you guys would love to do this challenge, I would greatly recommend it. I think it's fun being able to do something with your unfinished art. Definitely tag me, Queen Mithri, because I would love to see them and like them all. Maybe I'll even showcase some, because I don't think I've heard anyone come up with this challenge, so maybe I started something. Let's try to revive this art community, because we need it. I feel like there's been way too much drama going on, and we need a breath of fresh air and new art. Anyways, I love you, Pookies. Bye.